Okay, so it is 6:40. As you can see, I just woke up and I have to go start my car because it's old, like real old. And like if you don't start it or let it sit too long, then you you have complications with it. Alright, so yeah, I need to get up at 6:40 in the morning and go start my car because I didn't start it yesterday. Because yesterday was my birthday and I didn't do anything. So yeah. I also figured this would be a good time to do a little rant. So let's go. It is actually really cold. The wind is blowing real hard and I don't feel like being outside, but let's go because I'm gonna need to be able to drive my car to church tomorrow. So let's go. Ooh, Lord. It is cold. It's cold. I need to have a hat on or something because it's freezing. And I know the car is cold too. It's fine. We gotta do adulting. Okay, so I actually tried to clean my car off and then the wind blew. Nope, I'm gonna just sit here, let it warm up. Hopefully the warmth of the car will melt the little light dust of snow that is there. It is frigid out there. All right. Yeah, so what did I come to talk about today? So I was able to stay home with my kids until I felt comfortable sending them to school. And my father passed away when my youngest was 4. Yeah, 4. So, she had just started going to, I think, pre-K at that point, or universal pre-K or whatever it's called. So I was just starting to figure out when I would go back to teaching and all these things. And then I realized I don't want to go back to teaching. Without my dad here to help me raise my kids, I felt like it would be too much, raising my kids and then going into a classroom to deal with other children, then come home and it was just going to be way too much overstimulation for me. And then not having someone there to help me physically raise my kids, or financially really, but it would just be too much, that's another story for another time. Okay. So yeah, at that point I decided if I'm not gonna go back to teaching, what am I gonna do? So then I went and got my phlebotomy license, and I remember this day clear as day. The sonography class that was going on, they had a break, and I remember all these African American, black, strong, amazing, just looking women walk out of a classroom together. And I was just hold on, wait a minute, what is going on? What am I missing out on? So I remember peeking my head into the classroom and just asking the professor, I'm oh, what class is this? He's oh, this is sonography. And I'm oh, okay, yeah. And I just remember all the times I had a sonogram with all of my kids, and I was kind of just basically helping reading the sonogram, oh, that's a leg and this is and it was always something that had excited me, but I never divulged myself into actually looking into it and then going through with a program, right? So from that minute, I was sold. I'm all right, what do I got to do to be a sonographer? What do I need to do? I asked one of the ladies in the office, and she was just yeah, well, you need a health science associate's degree. And I'm okay, all right, I see you, God, I see what you're doing. So after I got my phlebotomy license, I decided, I was okay, well, I'm going to go back to school. They tell me that's what I need to do, then I'm just going to do it. I literally enrolled in school that summer. And yeah, now I'm in school getting my associates in health science. And I actually graduate in June. But y'all know how God is. He will call you to do something step by step. Like, if you're not ready to just hear the plan, like, oh, this is what I have for you, sometimes he will call you to do things like one step at a time. So my first step was getting back in school. And then my second step was like something was pulling me to York. I was online. I'm like, maybe I should continue school. Maybe I should. My therapist was telling me like, oh, you're so good at school. Why would you quit? If you've already started, you might as well just go and get your bachelor's. And I'm like, yeah, that does sound like a good plan. So yeah, I decided to continue with school, but something at York was like pulling me. Like, I just felt this pull to go to York College. And at first I thought it had a bachelor's master's degree in physical therapy. I'm like, oh, I could do that. That sounds cool. So then I started to just like look into it, spoke with someone at the school, and then I decided like, yeah, that's not for me. Then I came across their public health program. I'm like, oh, this goes in line with my degree. It looks like something that I could like really do. And I started looking into it. Then I started Googling like bachelor's degree in public health, like different positions and careers and like pay and all that other stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, this may be it. So I spoke with someone at the school. I went to an information session, found out that York College is actually rated number 24 for Black women who go back to school. And number 24 in the country, like for a school that's like designed and dedicated for them. So I'm just like, yeah, that sounds like that's me, I applied early and I got in right away. Like, I have an early acceptance to York. So yeah, I'll be getting my bachelor's in public health at York, and I'm so excited. And that is what I'm up to now. But I do need to fill y'all in with the life-changing events that have happened. We'll start it now, but then we'll get into it a little later because my car is finally warm and I can go back inside. And I know my kids are probably awake. But yeah, I did my ancestry. This past summer. And let me tell you, Ancestry is out here spilling people's tea. Okay? And that's all I'll say on that. And the next episode, we'll talk about it. All right. And this was me literally just talking. Bye.